Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have another episode of D&D for Dummies. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the race known as the Dragonborn, which is what myself and Roxanne are currently using in our D&D campaign. So I'm going to also be skipping over the history of the Dragonborn and the naming conventions, as those aren't massively important, plus I want to give you all the information that you really need. However, if you want to read those, I'll leave the D&D Beyond website in the description, which is what I'm using for this video on this race. But I'm just going to be talking about how these classes work and why they function as they do. So, the ability score increases. Thankfully, you will be glad to know there are no decreases for this race. As I mentioned in my first video, there are some increases and decreases for certain races and classes, but thankfully, this one only has increases, and those increases are your strength score will increase by 2 and your charisma will increase by 1. So that's good to know. As for your age, Dragonborns grow quick. Like, they are very quick to grow. They can walk hours after hatching, and they develop to the age of a 10-year-old human by the age of 3, which is insane. And they reach adulthood by age 15. And they live to be around 80 years old, so that's kind of... Well, you don't want to go that high up because they get quite old quick, as you know. So I'd say the golden area to go is around the 20s. So like 20... I think Vidania's 23, so that's pretty decent age. Alignments. Dragonborns tend to go to extremes, but of course you can choose whatever alignment you like, be it not lawful good, lawful neutral, lawful evil, and, of course, all the others. Size. Dragonborns are more often than not taller and heavier than humans, standing well over 6 feet tall and averaging around 250 pounds, so they're heavy. Your base walking speed is 30 feet, although some do have the ability to fly. Check with your DM on that one. And Draconic Ancestry, which comes into a thing I'm also going to talk about in a moment. The Black Scale Dragonborn will deal acid damage, with something I'll talk about in a moment, which is breath weapons. And it literally sounds like what it is. You can breathe acid. And it is a 5 by 30 foot straight line, which is a dexterity save. Blue, which is lightning, is also a 5 by 30 foot line of lightning, with a dexterity save as well. Brass is fire damage, excuse the dog, don't know where that's come from. And that is also a 5 by 30 foot line, which is also a dexterity save. Bronze, which is lightning damage, which is a 5 by 30 foot line again. Copper, which is also acid, 5 by 30 foot line again. And now we get into the ones that aren't a line of their specific damage type. Gold is fire, which is a 15 foot cone of fire, which is a dexterity save. Green is poison damage, which is a 15 foot cone, which is a constitution save. Red is also fire, so you can do a bit of Welsh dragonness, which is a 15 foot cone, which is a dexterity save. Silver, which is cold damage, which is a 15 foot cone with a constitution save, and same goes for the white Dragonborn, cold and 15 foot cone, which is a constitution save. Now, how the breath weapon actually works. You can use your action to exhale destructive energy. Your Draconic Ancestry determines the size, shape, and damage of the exhalation. When you use your breath weapon, each creature in the area of the exhalation must make a saving throw, the type of which is determined by your Draconic Ancestry. The DC for this save throw equals 8 plus your Constitution modifier plus your proficiency bonus. A creature takes 2d6 on a damage on a failed save, and half as much damage on a successful one, so either way they get damaged. The damage increases to 3d6 at 6th level, 4d6 at 11th level, and 5d6 at 16th level, so it gets pretty powerful as you go on. After you use your breath weapon, you can't use it again until you complete a short or long rest. Damage resistance. You have resistance to the damage type that you deal, so if you're a red Dragonborn, you have fire damage resistance, or if you're a black Dragonborn, you have acid resistance. And lastly, languages. You can speak, read, and write in Common and Draconic. Draconic is thought to be one of the oldest languages and is often used in the study of magic. The language sounds harsh to most other creatures, includes numerous hard consonants and sibilants. I'm not quite sure what that last word means. But yeah, that is the rundown of the Dragonborn and how they work in the game. Again, if you want to read upon the history and the naming conventions of the Dragonborn, I'll leave the D&D Beyond website in the description, and that's going to do it for this episode of D&D for Dummies. So, as always people, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to mine and Roxanne's and Frost's YouTube channels. Their links are in the description. My sub button is down there. Yep, that big red one. Unless you've already subbed, then it's grey. Thanks for that, by the way. And once you've done that, don't forget to click all 3 of our bell icons to get all 3 sets of our notifications. Comment as well, because why not? And let me know what you think of this information and if you'll be using the Dragonborn in your D&D stories. Once you've done that too, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Stereo. I'll be going live on Stereo again tomorrow. Oh, and TikTok, by the way. Those links will be in the link tree in the description. Once you've done that too, don't forget as well to follow Roxanne on her blog and Frost on his Instagram. That links will also be in the description below the link tree, which my links are in. And lastly, of course, don't forget to share this video with all of your friends so they can join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around and around and around that loop. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Goodbye!